Let's bring in legal expert and friend of the program, Andrew Lieb, with more. Andrew, thanks for being with us. So I just wanted your initial reaction to this. A lot of people are saying that what took prosecutors so long? We're almost 2 years removed from the fact. What do you think they had to pour over to reach this decision today? 2 involuntary manslaughter charges.
I think, first of all, it's a tough one for 2 reasons. Number one, the family settled with him, even though they're now saying they support the prosecution. They settled the civil case, number one. Number two is the fact that we all have our opinion about it, and a defense in New Mexico is that it's accident or misfortune. And Alec has been saying all along that this has been an accident, and we all in hearts and minds don't want to see one of our celebrities, the people we love, to be convicted. So it's going to be hard to get a unanimous jury, which you need. And prosecutors don't want to bring attention unless they believe they're going to win. So this is a sign that Alex is in big trouble.
Okay, Andrew, let's go over what this charge means, at least in New Mexico. Involuntary manslaughter is a 4th-degree felony. It carries a maximum sentence of 18 months in prison. The charges haven't been officially filed yet. This was just an announcement that they intend to do just that. And we've heard from Alec Baldwin's attorneys, excoriating the prosecutors, saying they're going to fight this tooth and nail. What will the defense look like?
Well, let's not forget that there's that other charge, too. It's not just involuntary manslaughter. They're doing a firearm enhancement on it, and they're saying, hey, he negligently utilized a firearm. And really the question is, did Alex have a willful disregard for the safety of others? Did he realize, did he appreciate, was he one of the reasons that this person, unfortunately, is Helena Hutchins, did she die? Is that because of him? And yes, he wants to blame it on others. But the question isn't whether he's the main cause. Is he one of the causes? And did he willfully disregard the safety of others? And I really got to tell you, it's a challenge for Alec Baldwin. I wouldn't want to be him tonight.
Okay, so I was struck by the fact, according to the statement put out by the district attorney, Mary Carmack Altweiss, and we learned that assistant director on the film set, David Halls, has already signed a plea agreement for the charge of negligent use of a deadly weapon. The terms include a suspended sentence and 6 months probation. So they have people cooperating right now who are intimately involved in this tragic incident.
100%. And not only do they have people cooperating, and not only did they get this, it is a misdemeanor, I want to tell you, the settlement that the person got, this David. But really, the case is going to boil down to whether we could show there was a known danger. And if you're holding a firearm, what many lawyers are saying everywhere is you always know there's a danger. You can't say it's the prop expert. You can't say, hey, it's someone else that's going to do it for us. And it's a real problem, as you say, because David's going to be saying in this cooperation that Alex should have done better. That all being said, I think it's a tough case. Why is it a tough case? Because this isn't about intent. This isn't saying Alec tried to kill anyone. It's saying, was he careless? Did he have a reckless disregard? Did he appreciate danger and do nothing about it? And that's going to be a tough question for jurors who watch him on TV and in the movies.
So, Andrew, the DA and the prosecutor's office still need to present this to a trial judge. Isn't it ultimately up to the judge to determine whether a trial will take place?
Yeah, well, there's a few things. It's up to the judge, and it's also up to whether Alec is going to do a plea agreement, too. I would think there's a very good likelihood that we're not going to ever see the Alec Baldwin trial, although you and I can spend a lot of time going back and forth on it. I'm thinking he's not going to risk going to jail for 18 months, for 5 years, for anything else, because it's really a coin flip thing. It's not like he could say, hey, I wasn't there that day. We all know he held the gun. And here's his other problem. He always says that he didn't pull the trigger. But the FBI report says that there's no way it would have went if he didn't pull the trigger. And while, who knows what he was doing, at the end of the day, it's really a risk for him to go forward. And I really see an enhanced effort on his team to be in plea negotiations starting now.
Yeah, because, depending on what that looks like, he will have to be summoned to New Mexico to face this. That's going to be a media frenzy of its own right.
It's going to be a media frenzy. And I also question, because if we go back to the civil case, the wrongful death, if you remember that Hutchins' husband was going to be an executive producer
Yeah.
on the Rush movie. They were going to continue it. And if Alec is standing trial, how is Alec supposed to be a star on this movie? It just doesn't make sense for them as well to be cooperating, although they said they want to. It's going to be a disruption for everything. I really think Alec's going to pony up. He's going to offer something. He's going to get some sort of plea, because at the end of the day, I don't think he ever, or anyone thinks he wanted to kill him. And while involuntary manslaughter doesn't need that, it's still a big problem for him.
Right, because you've been citing a lot, and I've been thinking about this all day. We just reported on the civil settlement to the Hutchins family, Helena's widow, and their young son. We don't know the amount. It was never disclosed. You can imagine it was quite a large amount. And so I'm just kind of thinking in my head, how will a jury take all of this in? Is it going to be hard to secure a conviction? We were talking to one of our other legal experts today. There might seem like a lot of guilt at play right now, but will it kind of rise to that level in a courtroom before a jury for a conviction?
I can only tell you from watching Alec in lots of different movies and TV over the years, he's one of the types of witnesses, one of the types of actors that knows how to display no emotion and seem very serious if he wants to do it. He's going to play very well to the jury. And I think the prosecutor has to be very worried. And normally you wouldn't want to put your client on a defense, put him on the witness stand. But when you have an actor like Alec Baldwin there, he's really going to be able to flip a hearts and minds of someone. I see risk on both sides, and that's why I keep saying the word plea. But plea, even a plea, is not good for Alec Baldwin. Who wants to deal with that?
Yeah, and just from the celebrity perspective, I guess, do prosecutors, do judges throw the book at celebrities as an example to, the wider public? Like, if they can't get away from this, neither can you. Are you seeing any element of that here?
Sort of. So
Okay.
I think you would see that if you were in New York City or in LA. But I think there's also the counter feeling right here. New Mexico, this small place. Do they want to be drawing attention to them and then get a finding of not guilty? Do they want to find that they can't get the conviction? Because that would be really problematic too. So I think there is flexibility there. That's what I'm trying to get at. So yes, I think they're trying to show it's even field. That's why they're prosecuting everyone. But I think they're going to take a step back and be willing to entertain conversations. That's just my crystal ball saying, because the risk of losing to Alec would be really bad for business there.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, I always ask this. What's next? What are you going to look forward to in this case? Where do we go from here?
Oh, well, like you said, what's going to happen is this charge really going to happen? Because we heard right now that they plan to do this. They always say man plans and God laughs. Well, I think in the courts, it's man plans and the judge laughs. So let's see what actually transpires, and let's see what Alec's attorneys are doing. He has top flight attorneys. I imagine they're talking to the district attorney right now. I imagine they're trying to work something out, just like he settled the wrongful death case. He settled that lickety split. I think he wants to put this behind him, and he's going to pony up to a lot of different things, whether it be fines, penalties, agreeing to community service, agreeing to have all sorts of monitoring, et cetera, because he wants to put this behind him. That's my bet. I think we're going to hear about some sort of resolution in the near term.
Andrew, as always, we appreciate your insight into these major headlines. We'll definitely be speaking again. Thanks so much, Andrew.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.